Hey, folks. Sorry, it's Carolyn Pettit here with Tyler Weingarner. Thanks for joining us. We're here to take a look today at Grand Theft Auto. Specifically, yeah, go ahead.
Well, the anniversary that we're celebrating today is the 15th anniversary of the original GTA, the top-down one that was originally only for PCs.
Yeah.
And the 10-year anniversary of Grand Theft Auto Vice City, the kind of sequel or part of the GTA 3 trilogy.
Trilogy, yeah.
And unfortunately, we weren't able to get the original GTA running satisfactorily. So we're starting off with GTA Vice City,
Yes.
which is no slouch to go with as far as games are concerned.
Absolutely.
And waiting in the wings, if you guys want to see that too, if you guys want to watch us switch it up a little bit later, we also have GTA 3 and GTA San Andreas.
Indeed.
So let us know if you want to see those. But in the meantime, we are joining the action of GTA Vice City.
So Vice City, when it was originally coming out, like I was extremely excited about it, having been a massive fan of GTA 3, but I wasn't really sure if what to expect from it, if the 80s style was going to feel like an authentic, organic, core part of the experience, or if it was just going to be this kind of superficial sheen on basically GTA 3 with a kind of 80s just coat of paint.
Right.
But I think, so we're in the gameplay immediately, but I think the moment that I felt like, okay, I'm probably in really good hands here, happens there, like basically as soon as you pop in the disc and turn on the game, there's a Commodore 64 style screen that appears, and then the sound and image of basically the words "load Vice City" being typed in.
Yeah, the original mechanical keyboard typing of load GTA or load Vice City.
Yeah, and as an 80s gamer, that to me was a huge kind of immediate signifier that, okay, Rockstar gets it. Like this is not just a skin deep, like 80s, let's kind of make it look like Miami Vice or whatever. This game is just thoroughly infused in, top to bottom in 80s style, music, culture.
Right.
And I mean, that continues through to the early cutscene where you hear Broken Wings by Mr. Mister playing in the background, and it just runs throughout the experience in such I think a really captivating way. It made this world one that for me felt wholly different from that of GTA 3's Liberty City, and made this experience, while in gameplay terms pretty similar, just feel really, really different as a result.
Yeah, and it's pretty fair to say that nobody does satire quite like the way Rockstar North does, which is just I guess this was their first game as Rockstar North, because previously they're known as DMA Design.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest changes, I wasn't sure how it was going to come out with Vice City, as we're hearing now, this is the first voiced protagonist in a GTA game.
That's right. Voiced by Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta,
yes.
As Tommy Vercetti, because previously, the first really character-driven game in the GTA series, the previous one, GTA 3, where you played this voiceless and largely nameless character. We later found out his name was Claude.
Claude, yes.
But he was really kind of this cipher for whoever you wanted to be.
Exactly. Tommy Vercetti, on the other hand, has very much a personality of his own, and that was actually something that I wound up being a bit of a barrier for me in the end game, because he kind of turns into what I feel is just like a murderous, like, psychopath.
Right.
And whereas earlier in the game I kind of felt like, okay, he's been betrayed by this criminal organization that he's already sacrificed a good chunk of his life to by serving time and so on. I kind of wanted to be on his side, and then in the end I just felt really repulsed by him.
Yeah. He's a bit of a hothead.
He is that, to say the least. Yeah. So
here we're getting into one of the things I was most excited about for Vice City, motorcycles.
Yeah.
Not the.
This is not exactly. This is not a Tyler Weingarner bike here that Tommy Vercetti is riding around on at the moment. But you make do with what you can find.
And here we're meeting up with our good lawyer friend here.
So this is voiced by William. I never know how to say his last name. Fichtner.
Oh, is it William Fichtner?
It is William Fichtner. Kind of well-known character actor. He appears in. He's like the bank manager at the beginning of The Dark Knight, for instance. But many films. I think his performance as this character is just outstanding. He's kind of modeled on Sean Penn's terrific lawyer in the Brian De Palma film Carlito's Way. Cokehead, just motor mouth, but just a wonderful sleazy lawyer.
Yeah, in my mind, William Fichtner is still the blind guy from Contact.
Right, the blind guy from Contact. Yeah, he's right. There's so many roles we can rattle off. William Fichtner.
Although he plays good bank manager types. He also did one of those in Heat.
Oh my goodness! Yes. He has a long and storied career playing bank manager types.
Which I can't remember. He played a role in Modern Warfare 3, but I don't think he was a bank manager.
No. But yeah, I immediately recognized his voice when I was playing Modern Warfare 3. I'm like, oh, there's William Fichtner.
So, we started at the beginning with Vice City, and like most GTA games, they start kind of auspicious of like, hey, let's teach you about the world and some of the new mechanics. So.
Yeah, the new mechanics, the kind of cast of characters, set the stage thing, which is, you have to go to this party on a boat where then, you kind of meet or glimpse who all the major players in Vice City are.
Right. At least, get you your first, criminal underground contacts, so you know who you're doing work for.
Yeah.
But of course, the all-important thing of get some decent-looking clothes, which I think this shirt looks just fine.
Fine ensemble he's already sporting there, but, expectations being what they are. Obviously, one of the big things about Vice City that people still kind of talk about to this day when the game comes up is the soundtrack.
Oh, yes.
I am one of the many who purchased the 8-disc maybe box set with like a disc for each radio station in this game. Just an excellent kind of compendium of 80s sounds, and just a huge part of this game's identity. I just, so many of my memories of playing this game are tied in to the music. Like there's a mission pretty early on where you have to do stuff with these like remote control helicopters to kill the construction workers on a job. And whoa!
I forgot that what was this? The chopper was this the Freedom?
The Freeway.
Doesn't quite handle as well as the old the Piaggio scooter.
Right.
I'm not gonna repeat its pun name.
No, its pun name is somewhat offensive, but Tommy, you need to learn to ride a bike, man. But
not good at hopping curbs, it seems.
As I was doing that mission, the song that was playing was what's it called? The song by The Outfield. I don't want Your Love, like Josie's on a vacation far away. Anyway, and just an 80s pop song that I've always loved, and the contrast between the shimmering pop and the just brutal acts of violence was just cinematic, and there were so many moments like that throughout the game where you just have this beautiful contrast between the sounds and the horrible things that you're doing.
Yeah, and there's always these. I think if you love music, there's probably always one song in the soundtrack that you always make a point to listen to the whole thing, no matter what you're doing.
Oh yeah, like I'll stop my car, just sit in the car, and just listen to the song before getting out and triggering the next mission.
Yeah, and I remember having that succinct memory of there's some mission in this game where you're supposed to go into a dockyard and go murder everybody. And then as my car was pulling up outside the site, there was I think it was Sunglasses at Night.
Oh yeah.
And just okay, we're just gonna
enjoy this.
yeah, just let this sink in before
Right.
carry on with the evening's business.
Please, excuse me. Mercedes?
So there's a debate already, in the comments on the chat room on Twitch. Some say, is Vice City better? Some is San Andreas better? It's kind of, to me, they're both so outstanding in their own ways that I'm just really glad that both of them exist and prefer not to choose between them. In terms of its just scope and scale and kind of the way that it understands culture, a particular time in kind of I guess recent American history, I feel like San Andreas is a greater achievement, but that's not to take anything away from Vice City, which is just one of my favorite games ever.
Yeah, well, this is a game I feel like they really nailed down what they were doing as far as focus and vision of the culture of the time. Also because they were also taking a step away from, hey, we're going to portray the modern day, which is what they were doing in what was contemporary at the time, GTA 3, which is like a great timepiece of the mid 90s,
right,
or the late 90s rather. But with this game, definitely focusing on the 80s and culture there, which is definitely a hallmark.
So here I think it's kind of a celebrity voice cast in this game. We already saw the film director, who's voiced by, I think, the late great Dennis Hopper. Maybe was Burt Reynolds one of the people on the boat in this game?
I believe he played that kind of Texas land developer that we saw there.
Yeah, so definitely some some noteworthy people in the voice cast of this game.
I'm trying to remember if the Cheetah is a game that one of the. Obviously it's like pantomiming the classic mid '80s Ferrari Testarossa.
Sure.
I don't know if this car survived in any other GTA games.
Huh. I'm not sure. I never really. I don't know that I thought about it after. I loved it in this game, but then it kind of slipped from my memory.
Yeah.
Might have seemed out of place in San Andreas.
I also have to admit that this is the only game in the, at least of the relatively modern series of GTA games, that I actually never finished.
Oh.
Just because so much of the end game relied too much on, property management, because once you start buying up properties and you use the helicopter to get around from place to place, and you're kind of doing little odd jobs here and there. The story of the game lost the focus that it had at the beginning of kind of Tommy Vercetti building his empire back up, and it ended up not quite feeling like it was drawing to a close. Much in the same way that GTA and San Andreas went way off the rails, but took you along with it, and a really fun ride.
Exactly. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Sorry, copper.
There was a rare police officer who doesn't mind getting nudged.
Yeah. Well, he knew that was an accident. I wasn't deliberately trying to, get him out of my way.
Sidburn, if you're wondering, it's so here on the stream, it's myself, Carolyn Pettit, and Tyler Weingarner.
Well, I hope you're having a good time, because I'm going out of my mind with worry here. What did you find out?
That there are more criminals in this town than in prison. We need a lead from the streets.
Okay, let me think. I got it. Okay, there's this Limey, some music.
There were also some celebrity voice casts in the radio stations too.
Yes.
Actually, wait, no. That was more San Andreas. I was going to say that Axl Rose voiced the rock station DJ. That was actually San Andreas.
Yes. Kind of
Get easy now.
I'd listened to that station quite a bit, and then it wasn't until later that somebody told me, that's Axl Rose doing that voice, and I never would have guessed. I don't think I'd ever heard Axl Rose just speak before, so it doesn't quite sound to me like you'd expect Axl Rose to sound.
Speaking of radio stations, there we go. Let's go some V-Rock. Which now I remember the DJ here was voiced by Laszlo, who did the talk show.
That's right.
the talk show.
Chatterbox.
Chatterbox in
in
GTA 3.
That's right, and he's returned in San Andreas and in GTA 4.
Is he still hosting the talk show in GTA 4?
I don't know that he was host. I forget. It wasn't a like a radio station that he dominated. I don't think, but I feel like he made an appearance hosting some sort of.
Or maybe he was a common caller in.
Yeah, he was definitely kind of staff for the radio station, but I feel like he was one of a few people doing various things on one of the stations.
I do have to say that these cars handle a little bit differently than Forza Horizon, which is the other driving game I've been playing recently.
So, yes, indeed. Some question about what we're playing and what we're playing this game on. And Mark916, who posits to be a Rockstar employee, perhaps he is, suggesting that it's Xbox, and it is indeed Xbox.
You are correct, sir. Although we're actually playing on an Xbox 360.
Well, right. Which this game is on the Xbox's backwards compatibility list. So I would say, I mean, the game definitely has some influences, I would say, Carlito's Way, I think, shows up in, as I said earlier, William Fichtner's lawyer character. Scarface, yeah, you could maybe say there's some Scarface and just 80s criminal empire building in Miami. Miami Vice, certainly a big influence. One of the supporting characters in this game is voiced by.
Did Don Johnson voice a character in this?
No. Not him. The other Vice City, the other Miami Vice cop,
right?
Whose name always escapes me. But anyway, he's an important character in this game. So now, Philip Michael Thomas. Okay, thank you, Philip Michael Thomas.
Thank you to the chat.
So now we live in a world where we have both the GTA games and the Saints Row games. I think you could say have become sort of a spin-off of some of the concepts of GTA. And we've seen maybe the GTA games move in a slightly more serious direction with GTA 4, whereas the Saints Row games kind of just embrace this all-out just ludicrousness.
Yes.
And I'm glad, again, oh God, I'm glad that we have both franchises, because I think they fill very different places in the video game landscape. But for me, thus far anyway, and the GTA games remain a personal favorite from mine if I had to pick between the two franchises, because I think they have a sense of place, a sense of style. I mean, locations like Stillwater and Steelport in the Saints Row games have never had the same kind of memorable identity to me that places in the GTA games have had, and I just think the characters and the writing in the GTA games are more compelling.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the GTA games focus more on a more story-driven satire,
right?
Whereas the Saints Row games are just like they're a satire of everything, and their satire appears much more in the gameplay.
Sure, exactly. Yeah. Oh God!
Oh no! Don't get yourself killed. You want to know all about me?
So, some questions. Are we going to switch to GTA 3 or San Andreas during this show? We certainly can. We do have those games here. We probably will at some point.
If folks are getting tired of this and want to see some...
Yes, we can... we can definitely do that at some point.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Gunplay was
behind
never,
you, Versetti. Behind you. There you go. Yeah.
Gunplay was never this game's strongest play card.
No.
That didn't start getting good until I don't remember the gunplay much in San Andreas. I think it was quite a bit better.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine in San Andreas.
And certainly got quite a bit better in GTA 4 when they started doing, introducing things like cover, although, sometimes then it started to feel like a cover shooter, but never too much.
One thing you gotta realize about this town, you gotta pack some heat. A local gun shop.
But I don't know if they've really nailed that, this kind of overall scope of games really nailed the gunplay until, probably not until Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, well,
You
yeah.
could go into a situation there with your guns and be like, okay, I really have control of this situation.
Right. Ooh. Oh my. See, it's moments like that that are part of just the GTA magic.
That's right. This game is also when they still had the classic, older ways of helping you lose the cops when you,
Right.
the stars that, they just reduce one level, or they reduce everything. But just little out of the way hiding spots that
Yes.
help you ditch the police. Also, one of the first games with building interiors.
That's right. All right. Now we've taken a look at ammunition.
We know what's in store there.
Yes.
Participating in the GTA tradition of horrible driving. Out of my way.
Yeah, some people apparently enjoy trying to follow the rules of the road in GTA 3, Vice City, and so on. Don't understand those people.
No. Red lights, those don't mean stop to you. They just mean stop for everybody else.
That's right. Look at that. Just let her drive off
Yeah.
in that car. See ya, honey.
Yeah.
Looking good.
I'm missing that front hood and
And the windshield's completely shattered.
and head into our Ocean View Hotel.
Yeah.
Did I miss something here? I feel like I was supposed to.
I love the huge ass cell phone.
Gotta give him a ring, man. Set up the deal, you know?
Where are you now?
You okay, Leo? You sound kinda different.
Just tell me where you are.
Who the hell is this? Put Leo on, man.
Leo's gone away for a while. He doesn't be in charge.
Baru asking who bought this game when it first released. I certainly did. Oh, I was so excited for this game. Day one purchase. Spent, I think that the first weekend after it came out, I just spent hours and hours and hours playing it. It was I was just happy as a clam.
Yeah.
Debbie Danger asking, did they already play I think you mean maybe GTA 3 I don't know what you're asking there, but so far this is the only GTA game we've played, Vice City, but we will probably move on at a certain point here soon to either 3 and or San Andreas.
Yeah. I suppose it is a decent time to remind people that what we're celebrating here is the 10-year anniversary of GTA Vice City.
Yes.
It is also the 15-year anniversary of the original GTA PC game. And unfortunately, we could not get that to run reliably.
We wanted to. We had wanted to maybe take a look at the original GTA, but unfortunately, on our systems here, it just wasn't working properly, and we weren't able to get it in good working order in time for the stream. So we do apologize for that. A few requests in the chat, well, mainly from Darkness360 for some tank action at some point. I know that there are cheat codes, obviously, to spawn a tank.
Yes, I'm sure there are.
And so perhaps we can wreak a little bit of tank havoc at some point.
Yeah, I
here.
don't think I can. I believe the military yard is on the island. I don't have access to it yet.
Yeah.
But we can certainly cheat our way into a tank and cause some havoc that way. Is this the first time that? No, the tank always had guns that you could fire.
Oh yeah. No, the first time that was totally a GTA 3 thing.
In fact, I remember the only way I could manage to finish the final mission of GTA 3 was I had it very specifically laid out because you go and get your mission started,
Yeah.
and then you have a very short amount of time to like go to the dam and fight your way through to the end.
Right.
And my best way through that was go start the mission, go to my garage, the closest garage, get the tank out, then drive it, and then use that to fight my way out the dam.
That was a difficult final mission.
Yeah,
Many people figured ways to kind of cleverly approach the situation that maybe weren't built in.
I accepted time pressure versus combat
Right.
pressure, and even playing through nearly perfectly. I think I went to the next mission checkpoint, which thankfully wasn't timed, with like 2 or 3 seconds to spare.
So make them change their minds.
All right, more crap to wipe up. What did I do wrong in a past life?
Plenty of
Oh,
this man dropped a useful hammer. I'm sure we're going to be doing some construction work later. Intimidate the jurors, but do not kill them. Well, okay. Actually, there is no more intimidating vehicle than this fine
there it
scooter.
is. Yes, indeed. Huh. I guess that registered as you, stealing a car, because you've got a 1-star wanted level.
The cops will not be able to catch me on this.
Yeah. Maybe turn on. Woo!
Hello.
Some requests for some musical accompaniment. Maybe turn on the radio. Yeah.
Some Emotion 98.3.
Oh, what's that? Is it Carlos? What was the DJ's name? Tells the funniest romantic stories. Yeah. I love the way cars break in this trilogy of games.
I can't believe this is happening.
Oh my car!
Here's a dirty word.
Unfortunately, this car did not get reduced to a steaming pile of rubble.
Yeah. Sidburn asking, is this the game with Love Fist in it? Yes, it is.
Love Fist. That was played by. I mean, who played the singer in that? It was a pretty well-established metal singer that the chat is probably now yelling at me because I don't remember. They're kind of a Motley Crue parody band
for sure.
I remember being able to wheelie this scooter more easily.
Huh.
You can do stoppies.
Oh yeah.
So I remember having to tell Greg Kasavin that yes, stoppies. Those are a thing.
Those are a thing. Yeah. I was not aware of them. I don't think before I played this game.
He's not guilty.
We have intimidated a few jurors.
Doing your civic duty.
Skewing the judicial process. This looks like a fine car.
Hey, Tommy, it's Sonny. How's the suntan?
Hey, wanna go bowling?
We ain't got my money either.
Sorry, cousin. No time for bowling now.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for the money, Sonny. Don't worry.
I am worrying, Tommy. That's my style because I didn't have this problem in my life with unreliable people. Don't be an unreliable person, Tommy. Please do us both a favor. I'm looking forward
That's
to
Michael. Oh, what's the actor's name? He's in Heat. He's like Tom Hanks' second in command in Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, Tom Sizemore.
Tom Sizemore, yes. Thank you.
Another fine actor in this series. Is this the biggest starring cast that the? Because I feel like they went.
I think so.
They went pretty big in GTA in San Andreas, but I feel like they went a lot more reserved in GTA 4.
Four was not a game that had marquee names in the cast really.
Yeah, which is great because it's allows characters to really disappear into their role.
Yeah, exactly. You're not thinking like, oh, hey, that's so and so.
Here has a proposition.
Like nobody minded that a pretty much no-name actor played John Marston.
From the door.
Right, exactly. As long as the important thing is he did a fantastic job.
Exactly.
I'm dead by the end of the week. I'd like to think that I didn't die poor.
Now just calm down, both of you. Son, you help me, and any greaseballs giving you a hard time, I'll see to it they take a long dirt nap.
Okay. What could I do for you?
This delivery company's
Yeah,
got
there's
a
the
depot
Burt Reynolds
on some
character.
prime land. They won't sell. They're hanging on like a big old prairie rat. So we gotta go in there and smoke that vermin out. Head on down there and stir up a hornet's nest. The security will have their hands full, and then you can sneak in and put them out of business.
And you could drop by Raphael's for a change of clothes. You might be there a while, but yeah, go for it.
Should be a riot.
If the balls drop like they should, stop by my office sometime.
Who are
Will
these
do,
pricks
Bert.
anyway? Boy, are
Excuse me.
wearing pricks, surrounded by pricks.
Of course, Burt Reynolds later went on to become mayor of Steelport in Saints Row the Third.
Yes, but that was Burt Reynolds as
Burt Reynolds, yes.
And that was a mission that stole my car.
Oh, yes.
Seems like an incredibly short taxi driver. And it's a taxi from the 80s. It is notoriously sturdy and notoriously boaty to drive.
Right, yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Some threads.
Get a fine linen suit. Wait, no, this is
Oh, that's right. Yeah, his
construction worker Tommy Vercetti.
Many faces of Tommy Vercetti.
the chat is looking for.
Mark 916 just asked how long is the show going to be. We're planning on going to 1.
That's correct.
Yes, 1 p.m. Pacific time. I don't know what that is where you are, obviously. We started at 11, so basically 2 hours total. A bunch of tools. Yeah. Start a riot. One more, I
This
think.
is going well.
Yeah, there they go.
Oh, okay. Let's go break some vans.
Ooh, tough question from Merdad. Who's your favorite character in the GTA series? For me, it's probably...
Are we talking protagonists or characters in general?
It just says character, so I think it's just character in general. I mean, I probably... his name is escaping me right now, but probably William Fichtner's lawyer. He's a character who... I really enjoyed in this game, and then was super surprised and thrilled to see show up in San Andreas. Spoiler.
Yeah.
In fact, the way that that Rockstar wound up.
This has gone poorly.
The way that San Andreas sort of served as a, like, I had no idea at the start, but ultimately in the end it sort of serves as a bridge between the plots of Vice City and GTA 3, and I thought that was just spectacular. Like, you meet the protagonist of GTA 3, you have a love affair with the antagonist of GTA 3, you know, you meet characters from Vice City who are then some years down the road. Just really clever stuff.
Yeah, and characters in Vice City, or characters. I want to say it's somebody from GTA 4, one of the supporting cast members, but I'm really.
Well, I love Little Jacob.
Yeah, Little Jacob's fantastic.
I love the way, to me, the way that you could, the perks that you earned, like, just that I could call him and then, like, meet him in a back alley and, for weapons, and he would always have, like, just a cool way of kind of greeting me.
That never made a goddamn lick of sense.
But it totally felt like authentic to me. He helped. He and the fact that that same level of thought was put into, I think, all the characters in the game really helped me just buy into that world and into Nico's kind of relationships and everything. So that was great. Yeah, Little Jacob is awesome.
The entire McReary family from that.
Oh
game,
my God! Right, so good.
With,
Yeah, just a great family dynamic.
Range of characters from. Well, none of them were up to any kind of good.
Yeah.
One of them was like a dirty cop, and.
But yeah, and the way that, like, when you would be, driving to a mission with Packy. He's the main one, right?
He's the one that you work closely with.
And
there's his sister that end up being a love interest in the game.
Yeah, then of course the cop, the criminal. But the way, like, the stories Packy would tell, like, as you're driving to or from missions, to just kind of reveal this painful past, this family life that just sounded like ravaged by, alcohol and abuse and everything. It was just, for me, kind of powerful in a way. I thought that was great stuff. So Merdad, no, we're not playing on PC. We are playing we are playing the Xbox version through backwards compatibility on an Xbox 360.
poor camera controls are being my undoing.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. This game introduced this kind of checkpoint type, or you know, the option to kind of go back to mission locations, which wasn't a thing in GTA 3.
Yeah.
But it's kind of problematic in the sense that you don't have the opportunity to go, like, maybe if you need weapons or whatever for the job. I think you kind of have to still make your own way back.
Right. So just one of the little ways that they've kind of rounded off a couple of the jagged edges on, this franchise of games.
Definitely.
You'll have to walk somewhere else.
Still looking for... There's my menacing scooter.
Oh, yeah. Can always count on it to be there. Ah! Oh, Tommy. Oh!
Moral decision, I take this guy out, because then I'll get 2 stars.
Call the lawyer.
Oof. Oh. I'm trying to remember if this is the game where it was either this or San Andreas, I think, that introduced situations where you'd just be going about your business and might see police chasing someone else, and if you kind of help them stop that person, you get like I forget if it's called the Good Samaritan bonus or something like that, like a little cash bonus, but I thought that was a neat little touch.
Yeah.
Okay, so according to Mark 916, that was San Andreas. Okay. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Oh, and
part of the, you know, when they... Well, it was San Andreas that really started to get the attention of, I would say, legislators and concerned parents.
yeah.
You know, where they felt like they really needed to do something to make good. But I feel like it was GTA 4 that really, you know, that was, you know, GTA, you know, San Andreas is where it earned most of its bad reputation, and GTA 4 is, I think, where it started to claw some of it back.
Perhaps. I mean, yeah, I don't feel like Rockstar in any way did anything to appease sort of public perceptions. I just feel like they were at a point with the series where they wanted to try and do something a bit more serious, you know, with it.
Yeah.
And as I said before, you know, now that we have kind of Saints Row filling the completely goofy niche, I'm glad that we have Rockstar that's with both GTA 4, seemingly with GTA 5, and certainly with like Red Dead Redemption, using their open world games to kind of maybe explore themes more deeply and tell stories that are a bit more kind of character driven. Jeez. Oh no. Crap. Do you have a gun? Do you have any other weapons?
I don't.
Maybe, oh, because there's those explosive barrels right there. You could totally blow up those vans.
Okay, well...
Oh, hey, gun! But we're awfully low on health. Huh, apparently the law frowns upon your actions. No!
Of course it...
Maybe,
Maybe it's tank time.
yeah, let's, sure. Alright. Maybe, hey, if someone in the chat happens to know the tank cheat offhand, or, and can put it in the Twitch chat, that would be helpful and much appreciated.
That would save us the dead air of us looking it up.
Yeah,
on the internet ourselves.
exactly.
In the meantime, I'll see what
Just,
mysteries this telephone icon reveals.
Ooh. White?
I have a feeling this is going to be an assassination mission.
Yes, I recall this string of missions.
I have more work for you with a more hands-on approach. Your next job is taped under the phone.
$49 deliveries.
Guy's got a long
Yeah, he's
day.
got a
ahead.
lot of pizzas. Okay, sorry. I guess I should specify maybe the Xbox sheet for the tank.
In case I mean, the buttons are probably mapped the same.
So Darkness 360 is saying the chat. I guess the white button would be the back button now on the 360 controller.
I think those instead get mapped to the bumper controls. That is your last delivery, Sunshine.
RB or LB. Okay.
All right, so what do we got?
So we got the tank cheat, according here to Darkness 360, is I guess BB left, BB B left, white, right, YBY. I don't know if that's that's gonna work.
Okay,
Press the
so
following during gameplay. Okay. B left trigger, B left trigger, left bumper, right trigger, YBY.
Sheet activated.
Hello, nurse.
And we're now in business. Let's go to town.
Vigilant, yeah. Let's keep justice on the streets of Vice City. Oh,
Oh,
oh well. You can also just wreak general havoc.
well, right now I'm just trying to find the change camera angle button.
Lim asking, in this one, could you fire the turret backwards to go faster?
Yes, you could. I believe so. Right now I'm trying to reacquaint myself with where the fire button is.
Huh. There we go.
Clicking in the right stick.
Aha.
That's how you fire main guns.
Kaboom.
Okay, now let's begin the vigilante missions.
Yes.
Not the most nimble vehicle.
Ken Grognard asking, what are we watching here? This is Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and at this moment we're just having some fun with the tank cheat.
Again, this is part of the anniversary,
That's right.
10-year anniversary of GTA Vice City.
Yes.
Also being recognized, although not directly celebrated, the 10-year anniversary of the original GTA. Or 15.
15, yes. Wow, it's crazy to me that it's been 10 years already since this game came out. I really do remember it, like it was yesterday. I remember being at work and calling a friend who'd, worked at home and just, on my like 15-minute break or something, just trying to get any little just whiff of what the experience of the game was like. The whole day at work, I was just thinking about, oh my god, I just can't wait to go home and play Vice City. Yeah. So we're heading toward. We're on a vigilante mission. We're trying to. Here comes the yellow waypoint is on the mini map in the lower left, which Tyler is attempting to. There's our target. Yeah, obviously we needed to break out the big guns to handle this. Yeah, that woman represented a clear and present danger to the people of Vice City, and she has been dealt with accordingly.
That woman was probably a terrorist.
She has been brought to justice.
Or a Cuban drug lord. That was what we were concerned
right there.
about.
It was on your left. Is your current vigilante target?
For some reason, I was thinking they were across this bridge. The chase is afoot.
Yeah. Woo!
Cops, don't stop me. I'm doing your work for you.
That's right. Hey, it's kind of like being Batman. I mean, sometimes you gotta, when in the pursuit of doing what is right, you must find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Yeah, if we keep this up, eventually, obviously, our wanted level continues to increase. We're now at 3 stars, so it should just continue to get more and more chaotic.
A good time to appreciate some of the differences that the law takes shape in.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, at a certain level...
They had the spike strips in this one?
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Should also see about if we can take flight in a helicopter at this point. I mean, of course, we can cheat our way.
Yeah.
But
also, this game introduced flying planes. You eventually fly small, kind of Cessna-like airplanes.
Right.
And of course, boats like speed.
Well, GTA 3
had boats.
GTA 3 had the Dodo.
Had the Dodo, which you could kind of manage to get off the ground and get a little air in, but that in and of itself was like an achievement. Like the goal is just, can I get this thing like 10 feet off the ground?
Yeah. Can I get away from the airport and maybe, it was basically a predecessor to Red Bull's Flugtag event. Mostly that vehicle will get just enough lift to make it very difficult to drive.
Right. Sugar Ray Sugar asking any rumors when GTA 5 will be released. Rockstar has said that in November next month, a good deal of information about the game will be released. So I would imagine that by the time November has come and gone, we will have a pretty good idea of when that game is coming out.
They did just release an image yesterday, very much in the classic GTA artwork style.
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't a screenshot.
No.
But pretty evocative piece of artwork. It involved 2 men leaping out of a van and sort of the uniform bug exterminators.
Right.
They were in gas masks. Made it immediately think of some kind of Breaking Bad kind of shenanigans.
Sure.
Although seeing them hop out of the exterminator's van, definitely made a lot more sense. To give the gas masks some different context. They had silenced AK-47s. It looked like there was a bank in the background. One of the weirder details that jumped out at me was that the license plate, which it was tricky to make out that resolution, but we're pretty sure was the San Andreas license plate. So,
yes.
Can all but confirm that, but also 8-digit license plate.
Yeah.
So I was trying to think of the most immediately impossible California license plate that came to mind that was now achievable was the Back to the Future.
Out of time.
Out of time.
Yes, indeed.
But maybe they'll just do that so that, much like the Need for Speed license plate, every car in the game will have, Rockstar.
Right.
Although that would be pretty tasteless. They don't normally.
No, they don't.
And usually if they brand themselves in the game, it's usually in some kind of self-deprecating.
Exactly. Yeah.
Police activity is
Yeah.
hotting up a
Certainly
little bit.
Indeed.
I believe we may actually hit the limit of what we can at this stage in the game.
Oh, does it not? Yeah, maybe it doesn't go higher than 4 stars?
I believe it goes up to 4 stars until we,
Until you've progressed further.
We are but spring chickens in the harsh Vice City world.
Okay, but they are deploying spike strips there. Obviously, they're powerless to stop your tank, but indeed they are making the effort.
Getting a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
Their law enforcement. I don't want to be wandering down this cul-de-sac. Or is elsewhere.
I mean, so GTA, 3, Vice City, were games that different people played in very different ways. I mean, I certainly enjoyed just wreaking havoc like this for a short while, or doing the occasional, rampage trying to find a rooftop and a sniper rifle and just see like how long can I last. But whereas I was very drawn into kind of the mission structure and the story, and just kind of push through that very quickly. Other friends of mine who love the game no less, but just approach it differently, had almost no interest whatsoever in the stories, and just did missions up to whatever point they needed to do to have basically the whole geography of the world unlocked, and then just purely approached it as kind of just a playground for rampaging.
Right, and there was for me it was a matter of social play versus playing by myself. Playing by myself, I had much more interest in playing through the story and experiencing the game that way.
Yeah.
But when you've got a friend over, the real fun there is sitting on the couch, passing the controller back and forth. How long are you gonna make this one last?
Totally.
There was a cheat that could be activated for a GTA 3. That was one of my favorites. That just turned everybody in the game hostile.
Oh yes.
Which that one was a lot of fun, just because it just basically turned the because everybody was hostile to you, it just getting across the city was an achievement before you get mauled by a grandmother with a Uzi.
Yes, yeah. And so you could create all kinds of objectives for yourself within the game, and it was almost like just multiple games in one.
Car surfing was a lot of fun.
Car surfing
GTA,
for sure.
Because in GTA 3, I was pretty unaware of you standing on the roof of somebody's car. They'd just go about their business.
Right.
Until you fired a gun, and then they would just go completely crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
Which, of course, made the ride a lot more fun and challenging.
Yes, so many great ways to manipulate AI behavior. In GTA 3, there's a bridge that I think a section of it raises from time to time.
Yes.
But so sometimes there's just obviously if you go forward, you plummet into the waters below. But you could, I think, just if you were behind a car and if you just honked at them, or if you were in like a police car and turned on your sirens, like just to get out of your way, they would totally just drive themselves right off of the edge, which was always great fun.
There are all kinds of structures in the game that, when you crashed your Banshee car into it at high speed, or what were some of the other high-performance cars? There was the Infernus.
The Infernus, for sure.
You could do some pretty outrageous stunts that the game did reward for, the stunt bonuses. That was before they had these specific stunt jumps.
Yes.
Did those only begin in GTA 4?
Wait, no. There were definitely stunt jumps earlier, I feel like. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this game has stunt jumps for sure.
Maybe that was maybe I just remembered in GTA 4 because I saw it. One of my many missions in that game was, like a Pokemon. You had to collect all of them.
Yes. Well, you're certainly right about the limited wanted level. It hasn't. It's not obviously not going to go up any higher than 4 at this point.
Yeah.
So.
And I will say that this, at least in the Rhino tank, this vigilante mission, not a terrible challenge. I mean,
No.
I certainly got all the time I need to.
Yeah.
And these
I
criminals,
love those.
I'm not sure what these poor bastards have done, but.
Hey, the orders have come down from on high. That they're bad guys.
I don't know if they deserve what I'm doing to them.
Don't question authority, Tyler. Just seek and destroy.
And well, maybe I can't do it. This is a slippery fish. Maybe I need to. He seems to be on a route. Let's change the game. You're expecting me behind you.
Well, I think perhaps it might be about time if we're going to move on to maybe San Andreas for us to do that.
Feeling the same way?
Yeah, I think we've certainly gotten a good taste of.
Can I make my way into little Starfish
No,
Island? Nope,
not.
I'm locked out.
Yeah. For now, the people of Starfish Island are safe. For now.
Planes in the sky.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So if you'll bear with us,
yeah,
we'll have to go back to the old Xbox dashboard here while we
switch from one game to the next.
All right, and San Andreas.
San Andreas. So, I actually lived in Los Angeles during the mid '90s and the Rodney King riots and so forth. And playing San Andreas, it was really impressive for me how much this game, as silly as it is in many ways, I still feel like in terms of capturing something about the tension in Los Angeles at the time and just the culture is really kind of spot on. Like it doesn't I mean, and I don't know, I think it's and for me this was the game that really kind of got me thinking about these kinds of like ethical issues in games, because the game kind of makes a gameplay mechanic out of the gang warfare, territorial warfare, which is very a tragic thing that costs many young lives, certainly in Los Angeles. And so I don't know, it was for me kind of daring of the game in a way to do that. I think you can argue that it's being frivolous with tragic kind of subject matter, but I didn't feel that way. I felt like it was kind of just in a way acknowledging the kind of waste of life and presenting it in video game form. But anyway, yeah, I think this game is incredible.
Yeah, a lot of premise taken with the African American protagonist as well.
Yes, yeah, indeed. CJ, who I found for the most part really likable, and certainly the most customizable of the protagonists, in that not only is there a tremendous range of fashions and things that you can acquire and employ, as well as hairstyles and tattoos and everything, but of course there's also the option to there's the requirement from time to time to eat, and you can go work out and things, so you can kind of make CJ larger in various ways.
Yeah,
and
I've actually forgotten that this Carl Johnson we see at the very beginning of the game is the character that I remember playing, because I remember playing these, pretty bulked up, lean, fit, 200 pounds of muscle.
I did too, and so when a friend of mine played as kind of tried to make CJ as overweight as he possibly could, and that resulted in different character dialogue from the character, like saying things like "they call me Fat CJ" or whatever.
Right.
I thought I just got a huge kick out of that.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
Of course, you get tattoos that you want to get, which I thought was interesting. It was a bit of a step in the different direction from GTA 3 established this kind of cipher character of like you could make him be who you wanted to.
Yeah.
In Vice City, here's a very defined character that is voiced and has his own dialogue. And they kind of came back and like, well, CJ is a character that you still have your own dialogue, but you can make him eat what you want, make him as fit as you want, or you had a lot more choice.
Right, you can mold him to a certain extent. So these corrupt cops that you meet here very early on. One is they're voiced by Samuel L. Jackson.
And the white one is Chris Penn.
The late Chris Penn, yes. I think having law enforcement personnel as kind of the main, or at least amongst the main antagonists of this game was certainly a choice that reflected a lot of tension that existed in the Los Angeles area at the time,
right?
For obvious reasons.
But asking about my favorite character, I think now looking back at this game, Willie Nelson's character. I can't remember the name of that kind of hippie guy.
No, isn't he voiced? He's voiced by like Fonda, Peter Fonda.
Is it Peter Fonda?
Yeah. Yes.
Maybe I remember it mixing up. I think maybe Willie Nelson voiced one of the radio DJs.
Maybe.
Yeah.
This game has a bunch of great characters, though. I love Big Smoke.
Yes.
Big Smoke is fantastic. And James Woods' character as this kind of enigmatic...
he was kind of the shadowy government man.
The shadowy government man, exactly. The character... fine, but what really elevates it for me is just James Woods' presence and voice work, because I just think he's such an enjoyable actor.
Then the incredible range of missions they send you on, which are these ever-escalating range of just ridiculousness. From breaking into a military compound and stealing a Harrier jump jet.
Yes.
To sneaking into another military facility, essentially Area 51.
Exactly.
And, were you actually fighting aliens in there?
I don't know if you fight aliens, but I mean you certainly get you get this like jetpack.
Yeah, you come away with a jetpack.
And so this game really, to me it becomes a kind of like fever dream, this kind of mixture of the hip hop culture, the Rodney King riots, but also stuff like the X-Files and like crazy government conspiracy theories and just all this stuff just thrown into the pot, and the result I think winds up being just incredible.
And bicycles.
Yeah, and I actually really liked the way that the bicycles felt in this game.
Yeah, this is some of the better feeling bicycle mechanics we got on games at the time, which is amazing because, it's not much of a bicycling game.
Right.
But yeah, I remember there were like some half-pipe-like structures that were fun on both bicycles and motorcycles. I remember in San Fierro, the fictional
San Francisco, of course.
This is kind of an industrial area to the south, where they had a ship dry dock.
Right.
And that made for some fantastic motorcycling action.
Indeed.
Oh, that's right. I remember Carl Johnson is freaking out because his house has been...
Well, his mother was killed in
right.
in some sort of, I think, drive-by shooting incident. He's just returned from Liberty City, I guess, coming home after being away for a few years. And Big Smoke hanging out in his house, his old friend.
Oh, my dog, what's up?
And so even though, like, at the time, I mean, obviously the character models are not sophisticated by modern standards. You know, yeah, like a little kind of blocky and so on. I really felt like just the body language of the characters, the gestures they would make, and just even subtle things, just little tilts of the head here and there or what have you, really communicated a great deal, and that they, you know, they really put a lot of time and effort into fleshing out these characters and telling the story.
Yeah, well, they definitely became a lot more evocative in this one than they were able to in previous games. I mean, we were just looking at Vice City, and it's like, we're happy to see that they, you know, they moved their mouths when they were talking, and
right.
But you know, the arms are still
The
really
arms are
stiff.
still exactly.
You know, the close-ups and cutscenes don't look quite great yet. I mean, we saw, you know, CJ's arm looked a little weird and gangly.
Definitely.
But you know, we didn't mind so much that you know, we could follow the emotions of the characters as they interact with each other.
Exactly.
Well, talking about the late game stuff in this game, it does make me wish we had a late game save. But you know, seeing how this game starts off, you know, and how it drew you into this world.
Yeah, I like that Rockstar. You know, and this is something that I think they've demonstrated again and again with their recent games. Is they're willing to kind of take their time to, you know, let a story develop, to let characters develop, and not just feel like they need to bombard you with you know, kind of crazy action right from the get-go.
Right.
And that only, to me, ultimately makes the world and the characters in the story that much more absorbing.
Also, a favorite spot of this game was the wilderness areas.
Oh, yeah.
Representing the entire state of San Andreas, of you know, kind of their satire California. So there's, you know, massive, you know, areas in between.
Exactly.
You know, I think everybody who played a lot of this game remembers there was this, you know, huge mountain.
A huge mountain, yeah.
That was fun to drive ATVs and you know, do skydiving off of.
Absolutely. And you've got, you know, you find these smaller towns here and there where the culture is, you know, totally different, like maybe just mainly like pickup trucks and country music on the radios, as opposed to, you know what you find here in the heart of the city of what is the city called?
Los Santos.
Los Santos, of course. I was totally blanking on it.
Which probably, I mean, well, one of the harder to immediately identify as the city that's parodying. Yeah, because we also have San Fierro to represent San Francisco, and Las Venturas.
Right, for Las Vegas.
Yeah, for Las Vegas. Oh, hey there. I'm just a kid on a bicycle.
Vinewood sign there in the distance. So, I'm sure Vice City has many landmarks in it that people who are familiar with Miami recognize and make that place feel kind of authentic and familiar for them. But this was my first experience of, you know,
being able to go see a place that you know, where you live and know the landmarks of.
Yeah, I was constantly surprised, like, and not just big landmarks like the Hollywood sign represented by the Vinewood sign, but even just like little but distinct buildings here and there were in here. So I mean, I just really got the sense that Rockstar did their research, you know, on the ground in Los Angeles and San Francisco and Vegas, you know, just taking tons of photos, kind of figuring out the visual identity of these places and making that, you know, putting that into the game in such a way that feels real without being, obviously, the scale of these areas is much smaller than the actual places. Here's like a skate park that I think you can actually come to at certain points, and there are kind of rewards maybe for doing certain tricks. For right now, though, stay with Ryder.
Just a bit of light bicycling on the freeway. Nobody mind.
You can't keep up with the fat man.
I'm right here, Ryder. Don't you worry.
Ryder's way up ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I remember when this game came out, I was living in the Sunset district of San Francisco, which is sort of, if you wanted to describe San Francisco as having a suburb, that's the massive residential western part of the city. In this game, it was represented by about 2 or 3 blocks.
Right.
But it was there.
Yeah.
Last thing we need is your help.
Ah, man, I won't let you down. I swear.
Hey, we gonna call some hood rats and chill the hell out. You want some?
What memories I have of this cul-de-sac.
Y'all later. Hey, yo, just drop in.
And all the times you were asked to get back to the Grove.
Yes. Grove Street.
It's embarrassing to be seen with you.
Of course, this game, or did Vice City have it later on? Maybe it did. But in this game, certainly you could, as your respect went up, you could get, fellow gang members to tag along with you as you went places, which is kind of a cool little thing.
Yeah, this is the game I'm pretty sure only had the respect stuff.
Yeah.
Where you could grow your gang. The icon. Interesting to see the evolution of the save icon.
Yeah,
Time.
deliberately, obviously, to kind of reflect the time in which the game is set.
Yeah, the 3.5-inch floppy disk.
Yes. There's Mount Chiliad, I think. Well, now there's Vinewood. So obviously, there's I think on the TV, there's a video game console. Has a game that's sort of like Ikaruga, I believe. Oh wait, this isn't okay. Well, I'm thinking of a different game, maybe elsewhere. This is
this is more.
What is it called?
Gyrus.
Gyrus, yes. One of my favorite early '80s arcade games.
There's my fire button.
Yeah. But there's also somewhere in this game, there's a game called, I think, Duality, that's got a kind of color shifting
Really?
mechanic.
How did I never know this?
Believe. Yeah, I could be. I know that's maybe that. Unless that didn't come until GTA 4. Maybe that's a GTA 4 thing. Anyway, it's in one of these GTA games.
I feel like I never even knew this was here. Grand Theft Auto, you never stop surprising.
Seriously.
Yeah. Something like Ikaruga might have been too advanced for video game players of the mid-90s or the early mid-90s.
Perhaps. Mark, the hosts of the live stream you're currently watching are myself, Carolyn Pettit, and Tyler Weingarner of GameSpot.com. For those of you who have joined us recently, we are streaming some GTA games. We streamed some Vice City. We've now moved on to San Andreas. The reason we're doing this is that today is the 10th anniversary of Grand Theft Auto Vice City. It's also the 15th anniversary of the release of the original Grand Theft Auto. So we are recognizing that today.
Go and see Ryder.
Yeah, Crazy Like a Fox rightfully brings up that you can play pool at the bars too, which was an awesome discovery when I stumbled upon that. I thought that was super cool.
Sweet. Hey, what's up?
Cell phone, maybe a little smaller than Tommy Vercetti's, a little less bulky anyway,
Yeah.
but still quite large.
That's the Motorola StarTAC, if I'm not familiar,
Wow.
Thanks for the
or
heads
if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember these like.
Oh, I remember those. Just totally
Oh,
little
okay, they're just little-
tutorial things. Yeah, that's right. People would sometimes say things to you, and you could, just give them a little affirmative or negative response.
Hey, ladies.
Get away from me, girl.
I need to go see my friend Ryder.
good old Ryder.
Much more mobile in this game too. You could like climb fences.
Yeah.
Very welcome addition. Could you swim in this game yet?
You could swim, I think. In fact, each area has its own sort of collectibles. In the Los Angeles area, there are, I think, tags that you do, but in one of the areas there's shells that you collect, and I think some of them are underwater. Ryder is a busta. No, CJ, you're a busta. Straight busta.
This game is what familiarized me with the term busta.
Yeah.
As a derogatory.
Hey, O'Reilly still run the barbershop? Yeah, I think I'll get cut up.
Whatever. You got 5 minutes? I'll be cutting you like a DJ.
I'm not. I'm taking a stand.
Why?
As a big moon.
The homies is here.
Giant moon, I think, from all 3 games of this GTA trilogy.
Don't expect me to kiss your ass or nothing. You still busted to me.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, homie.
Don't mention it. I'll be in CJ.
Oh! You gotta
no.
drive, yeah.
I gotta go to the barber.
Someone asking what was the part of this game they took out, probably referring to what's become known as hot coffee.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still implied sex in the game, but I guess hot coffee was a more sort of explicit sex kind of mini game, I guess you could
Yes.
say.
So later on in the game, you start.
Yeah.
There
are ladies.
You ladies that you could court and go on dates with.
Right.
Mostly I just remember they're ladies you could interact with, and they would have different tastes. So let's go with this.
Yeah, should I go
fine-looking
to
mustache?
You'd have to choose, like, do you want to take her to the fast food joint or like the fancy restaurant
or do
kind
you
of
wanna
thing?
Go to no, I think it was. Yeah, I think there were like comedy clubs or different theaters you could go to.
Yeah.
But anyways, if you have enough successful dates,
Right.
When you drop her off at the end of the date,
Yeah, she would
will
invite you in. Exactly.
I think maybe I did not
You
barber
didn't.
correctly, and it was removed. I think it was probably wisely removed from the game. That there would be some mini games that you could better satisfy your
Yeah,
partner.
exactly.
Weird stuff like that.
Of course, I mean the God of War games have kind of QTE stuff that you know where Kratos is in the company of women and so on, but
Right.
yeah, I don't know.
But for some reason, that code still existed in the game, and I don't know how word got out that if some testers said, hey, this code is still on the disk. Long story short, the game was either hacked by either stuff like GameShark at the time,
Right,
or the
or-
PC version was hacked.
Yeah.
And people got access to this code, and that's when the news media descended on this game pretty hard.
Yeah, and then certainly Jack Thompson was a big figure in that assault and all that kerfuffle.
Yeah, so this game got a lot of bad representation of being like a creepy sex simulator, and which for the content of the game, for what Rockstar released, it wasn't in the game.
Right. I mean, I think it was a lot of sensationalist nonsense. I mean, it's in the game, but it was completely blown out of proportion. It's like, I think, on Fox News, they once referred to Mass Effect as like a lesbian sex simulator or something like that, which is completely ridiculous. But there are people out there who enjoy making big spectacles in the media and you know, rallying around issues like this that they feel are
one of the many great moments of popular media not understanding video games and what they're trying to do. Although this is just showed one of my favorite moments of game mechanics getting a little weird, where Ryder and I go to eat at the Well-Stacked Pizza. So I go up to the counter and buy food.
Yeah.
And like a normal person, while my friend is there sitting at the table, I eat at the counter.
Yes. Someone asking, Delightful Aroma asking, what is your favorite mission? In this game, I thought the mission design in this game was, by and large, really excellent, and I remember that it does a variety of cool things. Like there's one mission in the San Fierro area where you're essentially playing like a miniature sort of war game against the character of Zero, voiced by comedian David Cross, which so they definitely kind of found ways to keep the mission design really varied and interesting. But for me, the big set piece is all the missions surrounding this like casino heist. I thought that those were really exciting and well done.
Again, I come back to all the ones that you get from James Woods.
The James Woods, yeah, those are great.
Particularly anything. I remember there being a dogfight over San Francisco and the surrounding areas.
Yeah.
That was pretty. Those kind of things in the GTA games never really came together all that well most of the time, but that one really shone. I believe that was like the last one you did before the assault on Area 51 to get the jetpack, which I thought, as far as that entire arc of missions, was a bit of a letdown. But a bit of a letdown of a pretty fantastic set of missions.
Right.
This game also had a couple of rail shooter missions.
Yes.
Catastrophically bad, I always felt.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought they were okay, and I enjoyed, I think an early one, it takes a few cues from Terminator 2, from the kind of LA River sequence in
the
Terminator
canal
2.
chase,
right?
And
I enjoyed that. But yeah, I mean, not great but in this game, I almost sort of appreciate the effort to just try all different kinds of things, and if some of it ends up being a little substandard or a lot, I still, it's like, well, I kind of am more inclined to give them a pass on that because the game is doing so much, and much of what it's doing is, really, really great.
Yeah, I mean, nobody ever credits the Grand Theft Auto games for being best in class at any one particular gameplay model.
Right.
People credit them for being best at class at doing everything.
Yes, exactly. Oh, it's so precise. You have to drive right into... Oh, okay. I thought it was... It's just right there.
But I need to get my car in there.
Man. How dare those ballas tag up your turf.
There's another 2 ball tags in the hood. You go get them, and I'll keep the engine running.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, how convenient.
Not quite. Mark Echo's getting up. Contents under pressure.
The definitive tagging game.
A game that, I think most of us in the office at the time were not anticipating that game to be much of anything at all. But man, was that game a lot of fun. Okay.
There's got to be another tag in the backyard there or something. Somewhere over here. Maybe you need to jump over the wall or something. It's got to be... Well...
We're up on the roof.
Survey... gotta be. Yeah, go over
Probably in this
here.
alleyway
Exactly.
here.
There it is.
Now I'm permitted back in the car.
So yeah, Calgert's asking, so you've told your favorite missions, what were also your favorite parts of the game? Well, for me, when I think about San Andreas, I can't really distill it down to any one thing because it's the brilliant way that so many elements work together that makes it special. It's this huge world, populated with all these. There's like the Watts Towers are represented there. Just with all these kind of recognizable landmarks, authentic atmosphere, the hip hop culture of the period, the way that it takes stuff like just X-Files craziness and paranoia and fuses it with all these other things. The soundtrack for this game is incredible, I think. I can't. The voice work, the writing, it's just great on so many levels that I can't isolate any one thing as being my favorite because it's not any one thing independently. It's all these things working together.
No, I didn't want to just.
Yeah,
not that rival gang member's car.
On your way, carry on.
I actually wanted to get in the car.
So is
my greatest
Yes.
love has always been for the wilderness areas in the game.
Oh yeah.
I remember with great anticipation of getting to San Fierro just because that's where I live.
Yeah.
That's where I work, and feeling a little let down by the missions in that area.
Sure.
To be honest. But yeah, the open areas and the way that they captured the wilderness of California just really captivated me.
Absolutely.
And because the missions there really got away from the kind of urban ne'er-do-well,
Totally.
that's well-trodden territory for the. Let's get out of here.
You can spray those balls in the face with your spray can if you wanted to. Don't just tag the wall, tag up your enemies.
That's some real. That's a real jet set radio way of dealing with your enemies.
Indeed.
Just, don't beat your enemies into a pulp. Shame them with your superior tagging abilities.
Yeah. So great seeing CJ with a mustache like that.
I think in this game I always felt best in my element with the heavy black coat and like the do rag,
Sure.
the black bandana over my head. It's a sort of the Ice-T look.
Yes.
Speaking of the soundtrack, we've been neglecting it.
CJ's a classy man.
Crash took all my paper, man. Left me with nothing but small change.
Hey, get yourself a beer or something. I'll catch up.
Wait, what is that baller doing in my neighborhood?
Yeah, no, she's... I think the ladies wear those jerseys. I think they're cool, aren't they? I don't know.
You better get some green on her just to be... Oh, that's not what I meant.
There you go, yeah.
Now you're a classy lady. Sorry, didn't mean to...
So, Crazy Homeless Guy inquiring, why are we streaming this? So it's a good time for us to remind viewers, or those of you just joining us may not know. So we're streaming a couple of GTA games today in recognition of the fact that today is the 10th anniversary of Grand Theft Auto Vice City and the 15th anniversary of Grand Theft Auto. So, we certainly wanted to acknowledge and celebrate one of, the anniversary of one of the most influential and impactful video game series of all time.
That's your mama's car.
I have a feeling that now we're going to get into some gang warfare,
Indeed.
or maybe just get some brooms and some gray paint. Get involved with the local neighborhood in some urban renewal.
Yes.
I think that's what they mean by cleaning the hood. Liquor store. Maybe we have too many of those. Let's get a flower shop in one of them.
Sure, exactly.
Like the old days.
Right. You and Ryder gonna handle your business. Man, they're slang to their own mouth. They don't care about nothing. You're naive, my friend. We gotta keep our focus.
You say beat up?
Him and homeboy Big, they good to have on our side.
Oh, Big Big? Yeah, you ain't slim is gonna be sorry now.
Hey, beat up is only a couple of blocks.
Delightful Aroma is GTA 4, the next one you guys will play. No, I don't think we're going to move into the that recent of a GTA game in this stream.
No.
We wanted to kind of...
Focus more on the older games.
Yeah.
Although I believe in a moment, I'm going to get away from doing the story stuff. I just want to, we talked about the scope of this game.
Yes.
I can't remember what the barriers are in this game, because they always kind of try to rope you into your local area, but I want to see how far we can get.
Yeah, I think there is a certain point at which maybe fighter jets will just kind of blow you away or something like that, but
Let's might do that.
Let's find out where that point is.
Hey, slow down, fool. You don't even know which store it is.
Whatever. This is
Shit, this is right here.
open up.
Fool, I told you this is.
Open up.
All right, we're still cleaning the hood.
Yes.
Oh, this character, he's tragic,
Wait, hold up,
I
man.
recall.
What happened to for life, nigga?
The only thing that matters is the hood, homie. But you will never understand what getting this money is like. You know what? Get the fuck out of here before you be laying on your back. Big Bear, come check this fool.
Hey, Bear?
Oh, that's, yeah, oh my god.
Hey, you still from the hood, homie, or
The
what?
only thing Bear give a fuck about is smoking and keeping my house clean. Ain't that right, Big Bear? Hell yeah, what? Hell yeah, sir.
I guess this game was probably a little bit too early to have been influenced by The Wire. But-
Yeah, it was, but
I mean, because The Wire would have been in, like, what, season 1 or 2 at the time that this game was out, I believe?
maybe, yeah, if that, but yes, maybe season 1, I would say. Yeah, I mean, certainly some of the themes of, the drug war and kind of that kind of urban decay
Yeah.
are definitely present in both.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, cultural difference between East Coast and West Coast, but...
Yeah, but I mean, part of what's
The-
fantastic about The Wire is that while it's on one hand intrinsically Baltimore, it also illustrates and kind of explores the problems that face like every kind of American city to some degree.
Yeah.
Check it out. Somebody's selling him one of the homies.
Oh, I feel a backyard chase coming on. Might need a more...
Come on, get your
There we
ass
go.
over here.
I can take care of this guy with my fists.
What you need, dog? Dog, I got quality shit right here. Give up, homeboy.
Not afraid of your baseball bat?
No, especially because he apparently doesn't feel inclined to use it.
Man, I know this cat. He a punk used to run with a front yard ball OG in Ironwood. I know his place. It's just across the tracks there. Let's check it out.
Hey, ain't that front yard turtle?
Man, that smoggy San Andreas sky. I love that.
Yeah.
Hey, grab hold of that bat over there.
And so this is the city that we'll be returning to in the
Yeah.
forthcoming GTA 5. So
Though I'm guessing that much like, I mean, obviously, whereas GTA 3's Liberty City wasn't really modeled on New York in the sense that GTA 4's Liberty City was modeled on New York, this is clearly modeled on Los Angeles, and obviously GTA 5's will also be, but I imagine that it's geographically going to be just, you know, very different.
right.
Kind of revisit it and kind of just rework the whole layout.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that they'll probably focus on different. I mean, obviously, you're going to have much of the same downtown Los Santos, and that'll probably be pretty recognizable.
Definitely, yeah.
But at the same, we're going to be, focusing with a different character and different motivations. I believe the protagonist of that game is sort of a family man that has gotten real down on his luck. Speaking of down on my luck, what has happened to me?
Yeah, you're in
Is that my foot? Just kind of
Oh
sticking up?
no!
Well, like I said, we're thinking about breaking out of the realms, the story-driven part of the game. So let's go exploring.
Yeah. Yeah, the
now that-
world of this game is so fascinating. I think we can see how much of it we can see here.
Yeah. Stop telling me about the way your health and death punishment system works. I've got a world to see. I will be billed for the health care I receive.
Great animations in this for getting people out of their vehicles.
This fortune vehicle. Now we have a map, which I access not by pressing the back button.
There it is.
Could I set way? No, this is long before things like that made sense, where you could
Right.
set waypoints in the map and have it kind of indicate to you, at least give me a compass indicator of where I should go.
Yeah.
But then again, I remember that being one of the many significant things about the city is, you really got to learn how to get around.
You sure did. Yeah. It started to feel like, like driving around your own neighborhood almost. You just kind of knew where things were.
Yeah, and when you start getting into later parts of the game where you get into the downtown areas and get into police chases, and then when you got into your own neighborhood, you're like,
yeah,
now you're in my hood.
Exactly.
Now
yes.
I know how to lose these guys. But it being a good solid 9 years since I played this game,
Yeah.
a little bit of a fish out of water now, so bear with me.
Delightful Aroma asking, is it just Los Santos featured in GTA 5 or are all the cities that were in San Andreas? It seems like it's just going to be Los Santos.
But again, it looks like, from the things we've seen from some of the trailers, it does look like, again, some of the surrounding areas.
Well, right, yeah. Not just, exactly. There do appear to be wilderness areas as well.
That sort of, if you've seen the advertisements for how great California is,
Right.
I believe, paid for by the governor.
Indeed. In which he tells you to come visit California.
Yes. It seems like those are, those kind of wilderness areas, where you can, do your parasailing.
Yeah.
Are alive and well.
Indeed.
Which is great, because I'm looking forward to that. Just all the parasailing. There's never been parasailing in a GTA game, and it is high time. So I haven't gotten that far out. I've found myself into the Vinewood Hills.
Yeah.
It's sort of an analog
Some
to
great
Mulholland Drive.
Exactly. And there's a great kind of mansion up there that you wind up acquiring at a certain point in the game.
Yeah. There's the
you
Pacific Ocean. Oh,
yes.
sorry.
Oh, there's there are beach parties that you can kind of visit in this game as well. You can do like a basic dance rhythm game. You know, here we are on the freeway.
Highway 1, or as referred to in Southern California, the Pacific Coast Highway.
Yeah, PCH. Oh, the trains.
I remember, yeah, the trains were a way that you could fast travel from town to town.
Right.
As well as buying plane tickets.
Yep.
But I almost never, you know, like in so many of the open world Rockstar games, I spent so little of it wanting to fast travel because it was such a fantastic world to just go from point A to point B.
Yeah, exactly. I much preferred flying my own plane and then, you know, skydiving out somewhere above my destination than, you know, than just being a passenger and being whisked to the general area.
We were wondering if we could get out there.
Yeah.
We out there is where we've gone.
We sure are.
I believe this is the hill where. Well, is this the beginning of Mount Chiliad, as you reminded me just a moment ago, was called?
I don't know.
I believe this is getting into the areas where the rumors that a Sasquatch was in this game.
Yes.
Began to emerge.
Let me tell you what's wrong with you West Coast suckers here. You know, the woman's too skinny. Eat a hamburger, y'all.
I love, yeah, just the way the culture changes when you get outside of the city. You, as I said earlier, you start seeing more just like trucks, you know, and other types of vehicles. And if you hijack a car here, it's much more likely to have a like the country music station than a hip hop station. So.
And yeah, just the subtle tonal shift, like, you know, just the color palette changes, not just because I'm obviously in an area with green hills and blue skies, but you know, just the overall color palette.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal that man's motorcycle. Give me your motorcycle.
Oh, I don't think he has much choice in the matter now.
That's okay. I took a tumble along with you. Where'd your motorcycle go? And by that I mean my motorcycle.
Right.
This is
the Sanchez,
the finest off-roading vehicle in this game. Well, maybe you know, some people might prefer the ATV. I don't remember what it was called. Probably some predatorial animal name. Wildcat. But I don't think I'm actually near the big mountain.
Maybe not.
Whatever. This hill's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in a posh residential neighborhood. You don't want that. That's just seeing how the other side lives. Little hilltop farm. I mean, this is where
some races, I think, occur here later or pass through here.
Ooh. Oh no! Oh, okay, those are just sparks. I thought my motorcycle caught fire. No, it's just getting away from me here. Flashback FM. This is where, if you're missing the music from Vice City, you get a heady dose of it here.
Oh yeah, some good '80s stuff.
K Rosa,
that's
the country station.
I believe so. Yes. Dust. The Dust. That's the station Axl Rose hosts. They play some of my favorite songs in the game, like The Who. There's a great Who track on there. Eminence Front.
Yeah, there's a really good alternative station.
Yeah, there is.
Very much reminiscent of what MTV was doing at the time with 120 Minutes. What was it? What was it called? Is it Radio
That's got to
X?
be it, Radio X, yeah.
Was this the one with the kind of space rocky, dippy DJ?
Gosh, I don't recall.
So maybe I'm not as far out in the wilderness. I'm keep ending up back in Vinewood.
So occasionally we see the little window pop up that indicates CJ's stats, which was a new thing for this game, where your skills in various areas, like driving and shooting various types of guns and things, would increase over time, along with other things like respect.
I think at one point I had neglected to eat, and my fat counter dropped down a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So, lots of different ways you can just improve your capabilities in the game over time.
Yeah. There are gyms you can go to work out. You can learn. I think there are a few fighting styles you can learn in the game.
Yeah. Although I'm really glad that the gym stuff is a thing that has not been back in any GTA game.
Yeah,
Because
going into
as well-meaning as they were, the thing that's true about gyms in real life is true about them in this game. They're tedious.
Yeah, exactly. Just go. You do the same thing over and over again. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do the right thing and just point ourselves north and see where we end up.
Yeah.
I don't remember that big factory. I believe I don't believe the gates of San Fierro will be quite open to us.
No, we can make the effort though. Some support from HS Mike in the chat, who liked.
Oh. Danger.
Yeah.
Yes. Getting across that body of water.
HS Mike saying, that he wants the gym back because he liked the aspect of developing CJ into your own character, and certainly, I think we did too. Appreciate that aspect of it. I don't think the gameplay of going to a gym, stepping on just getting on a weight machine or whatever, and pressing X 50 times or whatever it was very compelling. So I'd like to see if they are going to keep an element like that, maybe just find ways to make the gameplay surrounding it a little more interesting.
Yeah, because button mashing your way. I think you had to not only button mash quickly, but also rhythmically through the treadmill.
Right.
Was particularly odious.
Yeah.
That was no fun at all. So we see the skyline of San Fierro.
Oh yeah! Hey, check it out. There's the Transamerica building knockoff,
and there's
the bridges in this game were just fantastic.
Yeah,
are just fantastic.
And we see that's sort of the Bay Bridge, which also had this adjoining railway bridge right next to it, which does not exist in real life. I can't remember if that replicates both the Bay. I think there is still a Golden Gate.
There definitely is a Golden Gate
that goes
surrogate.
up north into a sort of Marin style area.
Yeah.
Posh rural housing and things like that.
Indeed.
Well, my car's not getting over there. What happens? Can I do that? Probably not. Nope.
Invisible walls.
What happens if I swim?
Yeah. That's quite a plummet. Yeah.
Still good.
You are certainly. I think you are going to incur the wrath of the law here by doing this, but let's see what happens. HS Mike says GTA Chinatown Wars is such an underrated game. I agree with you 100%. I loved that game.
I feel like that is a game that I started so many times on the DS.
Yeah.
And I never stuck with it.
I got really absorbed into it. I just thought visually, in terms of what it does on the DS, and now I guess other platforms like the Vita and iPhone and what have you. But on the DS, it was particularly impressive from a visual standpoint.
I don't think I'm getting that guy's boat.
Just it has the great kind of drug buying and selling aspect, which was simple but surprisingly addictive. I really enjoyed that. Ha! You can't stop CJ. Well, then, was it underrated? I guess I feel like Chinatown Wars was a game that was critically praised and embraced, but not so much beloved by players in general. I feel like it was one of those games. Yes, it's instant 4-star wanted level. Now that you've ventured here,
then there's only one thing to do, which is to get up here onto the dock and steal a manner of aircraft. Oh no. Oh, why can I not climb out of the water there? Ugh.
Damn it, yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay.
CJ.
The inevitable has happened.
But at least, you know, we did get to glimpse the beautiful skyline of San Fierro. So, we're going to be wrapping up the stream. Oh, look at that plane! Is it going to crash into something? Did it crash? It was flying awfully low.
Yeah.
Look up! Look up! Look up! No, I guess it made it.
Yeah.
One thing that does happen in this game, you know, because it wants to create the look of skies having activity and planes flying around. Sometimes a plane will spawn in such a way that it just is going to crash, and you will just be walking down the street maybe, or standing on Mount Chiliad or what have you, and you just happen to witness a plane crash like right near you.
One of my favorite instances of that is, again, one of the many times, and I was playing with a friend of mine, and we were, you know, just messing about, you know, with a pretty well unlocked game. In this case, we were out in the desert and trying to execute some jump. And, you know, I can't remember if it was to get to a hidden package or whatever the equivalent of the hidden packages were at the time, or just trying to do one of the secret jumps, or just general mayhem.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was something that required a lot of technical precision, this jump, and we figured we'd gotten just about dialed it in after trying it for like 10 or 15 or 20 minutes. And then it was looking like a really good run, and then just as we left the ramp, a plane spawned and just broadsided us. Which is a magical, fantastic event that could not be duplicated.
Exactly.
And one of those things that was frustrating, but also one of those you just had to have a good laugh.
Oh my goodness, yes. There's of course the LAX modeled over there.
We can get in a plane there.
Maybe. Let's see if we can get in a plane before we
say goodbye.
Close this stream off. Yeah.
Alright. What's the way to get to the flight? The place where the planes are.
Well, that's in there.
I'm not going to jump that fence. But let's just see. The classic Bobcat pickup truck.
No.
Somewhere it must reach this fence.
Definitely away in there.
Whoa! Ha! Those are some lightning quick forklifts.
Indeed.
Yu Suzuki would be very pleased about all of this. Well, that's the docks.
Yeah, I think we need to get in on the other side. Maybe.
Through here. Away, sir. I feel like I'm getting further away from this. Up closer. Maybe up here on the right?
I think, yeah.
Maybe up here on the...
Oh,
I need to go to pilot school.
Oh, well.
Let that be a lesson to all of us.
Yes.
Wait, is this the pilot school? Do you have enough money to attend pilot school? No.
No.
We're not going to learn to fly
I don't think that comes until somewhat later in the game. So there, see, yes, let's CJ, final framing shot there, CJ in San Andreas. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody, as we have celebrated the 15th anniversary of the Grand Theft Auto franchise and the 10th anniversary specifically of GTA Vice City, which we opened the stream with a good hour or so of that.
Thank you very much for joining us. If you'd like to see more of this, follow us on Twitter and keep an eye on us here on Twitch TV. Thank you very much for joining, and we'll see you next time.